Hey guys, it's Jared with Xpresscreen this Tuesday, and today I'd like to talk about how to get Plastisol ink out of shirts that you really don't want that ink. So ink you get on your hands and then you get some on the shoulder, or ink inadvertently anywhere else on the shirt, possibly even a pinhole in the shirt, and you want to be able to save that shirt. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you, this is actually a print that I've used to set up a two-color job. And the registration marks, there's something that you can see pretty well. You know, a small little pinhole you may not be able to see on the video. So I'm going to use a larger deposit of ink here to show you how to get the ink out of there. So first thing that we want to do is actually run your print through your conveyor dryer. One of the keys in order to get Plastisol ink out of a shirt is that it must be cured Plastisol. If it's not cured, those the pigments and the dyes in the ink will have a tendency to run over a lighter colored shirt. So you want to actually make sure that it's fully cured and that it's cured well. Next thing you'll do, let it cool off. And normally what I'll do is, if I'm in the middle of a print run and I see something, I'll actually throw it to the side and come back at the end and spray out, you know, 2-3 shirts, whatever I have. So I'm actually going to be using our spot cleaning gun here. We've got it's a high pressured gun, somewhat like a pressure washer, but a small handheld. Gives you that really fine point that you need in order to get the ink off. I'm using here an exhaust system. You can use a coffee can. Just stretch the fabric or the area that you would like to spray out the ink, stretch that over the top of the coffee can, secure it down, and do that. But I have the benefit of having this little exhaust system. Once I turn it on, it'll be kind of loud, so I'll talk here in a minute. Mainly what you're wanting to do is you're wanting to get that ink off of there, and so with the gun, you'll actually prime the gun a couple of times, or toggle the trigger in order to build up the pressure. Once you have that pressure built up, then you can actually start going at the at your area that you want to get ink off. You want to make sure that you're not real up close to it. The closer you are, the more tendency you'll have to actually break through the fabric. So you want to stay kind of back, and I find that if I am kind of more at almost a 45, but not quite, a little bit shallower than a 45-degree angle, it works well. Sometimes on fabrics that I know will be a little bit more sensitive to the pressure of the gun, I will be a little bit further away. So like on a cotton shirt, it's going to be a little bit tougher for the stream to break down a cotton shirt, versus like a polyester. That stream will punch a hole through the polyester, or at least it can. So you want to make sure you back that nozzle away. So what I'm going to do is I'll reset the camera so you guys can see what's going on, and I'll show you how this works. Okay, I've reset the camera here so you can see exactly what I'm going to be taking off, which is part of this registration mark here. One thing to keep in mind, if you are using a coffee can, you probably do want to wear gloves, and no matter which system, whether you use an exhausting system or the coffee can system, you want to make sure you're wearing protective eyewear as well, because you definitely don't want to get the cleaning fluid in your eyes. So, alright, I will show you how this works. First we turn the exhauster on. Then we'll just take our gun, toggle the trigger a couple of times and build up some pressure. The exhauster system is actually holding this down. And what you see there is actually it's cold to the touch. Don't normally want to touch that with your hands. It can burn you, especially if it's coming out of the gun. But what I will do with this now is I'll actually take this, I'll run this back through the dryer and just dry out that area with all the cleaning fluid, and let it set aside and you're ready for it to go to your customer. So it's a great way to be able to save a t-shirt if you get a pinhole or breakthrough, or like I see more is just inadvertent ink from my hands onto the side of the t-shirt. So I hope that this helped you out a little bit in order to see exactly how to get Plastisol ink out of shirts. The key, like I said, is you want to make sure that you cure the ink first. If you don't believe me, try to get ink out before you cure it, and you'll ruin a shirt. I've done it. So just wanted to also take a minute and tell you about the kit. We do have the spot cleaning gun in a kit. Comes with the gun, a gallon of the cleaning fluid, which is the fluid that I was using inside of the gun here, as well as then also a bottle of the Scorch Off. The Scorch Off is great if you run let's say an Oxford shirt through the dryer, and you might scorch it because it is a different fabric and it does have a tendency to scorch a little bit easier. You can actually spray this directly onto the shirt or onto a white t-shirt. You run that through. That'll have a tendency to scorch or turn brown or yellow on you. You spray the Scorch Off on it, and it'll actually pull that brown or that burn out of the fabric. So we do have that all together in a kit. It is $199.95. And don't forget, all throughout December we do have our 10% off special running on all supplies as a thank you to you guys as our customers. So if you guys have any questions about this process, definitely give me a call here at the office, 800-597-9530. Thanks. Look forward to hearing from you.